Hey guys, welcome to Brick System Brothers. We have confirmation that the LEGO Lab images for designing your own kind of customized city, this is a real thing, although it is currently trialing only in Denmark. So this is a very limited thing that's going on. Looks like LEGO is trying to gauge the interest in this kind of deal. So they're really limiting it to Denmark right now, and I think at this point you can create a custom city kind of arrangement and then order that, but it is not completely rolled out yet. But Hugh from Brickset, this site right here, pretty reliable, usually news, and was able to verify that this is all available on the LEGO page if you are browsing in Denmark. So again, kind of that limitation. But maybe a look at some of the new city police officers. That would be an option to include some of these vehicles. Basically what you do is you start blank and then you add one thing at a time. So you add this minifig, vehicles, houses, and then animals. And so Hugh just went through and kind of looked at what the options were. And there is a focus on emergency services because that's a big theme in city, but we also see some of these buildings kind of being recycled from previous sets. Like this bank, I think, was in a set. This little substation for the cargo depot was in a set. I think Josh has that one. And of course our animals have all been seen before, so it's like not really any new molds. I think this is a new creation itself, specifically made for this kind of customized city builder. And so there's a fixed price point, and then you just fill things up until the green bar is full. And I don't think there's a thing where you have to fill up the green bar, but no matter how much stuff you add, it's the same price, is what Hugh reported. So he was able to put about this much stuff in it, and the fixed price is 650 Danish kroner, which is, let's see, what did he say about the conversion rate? About $100 for US dollars. So just looking at the size of the city set, that is a little bit overpriced, but remember, this cost kind of covers the expenses that LEGO's doing to customize it. You get to put your own name on. Some of the people in the comments are saying like this is a really cool thing to do for like a gift set if you wanted to customize a city set and send it off as a gift. And the other thing I want to mention in this video, I'm going to keep it shorter, but the set number here, 81007, is going to be different contents because I presume this set number will stay the same unless they iterate it up. So like every new combination is another number. I can't see that really happening. I think this is going to be a fixed number, but the contents will be different. So when this comes to cataloging in a database like this one, Brickset, that's going to be really hard to track, probably almost impossible to track unless they do iterate the numbers up. But I think what we're going to have to do, or what a database will have to do, is keep track of each submodel, because there's only so many combinations you can make, so many different buildings. Again, you can't go back and build the individual figures from components. You can only select the already built figures. So I think if you keep track of which vehicles are included in the options and which buildings are included in the options, you can have a general idea of what you'd expect to find in one of these sets, but again, each set will probably have a slightly different combination. So this is definitely something to keep an eye on, only in Denmark right now. This is all in the trial phase right now, so I wouldn't expect to see this rolling out anytime soon. Just keep in mind, another thing that LEGO trialed earlier this year was the lighting kits in their stores. And I think that did get a bit of negative feedback, and that hasn't really rolled out at all. So if that's anything to go off of, this could go either way, I think. If it does pass the trial phase and go into production full scale, it might not even be something that's worldwide. I could definitely see this being limited to Europe, or having kind of separate runs in different continents at a time. Just the logistics of this kind of thing gets really difficult. Looking back at the digital designer days, it's not quite as custom as that, but it is still something where you have multiple combinations of different elements coming together, and really the logistics of getting all that packaged And another thing that Hugh tried out was like you can kind of position these on the box custom, and so presumably that gets printed custom as well. So all of the manufacturing side of that, just having the infrastructure set up to do that, is going to be really something if they decide to go full scale with this. Another thing would be the single price point right now. Like no matter what you put it in the box, it is all the same price. So if they have positive feedback with different price points, that's another factor to throw into the equation. You know, looking at even 3 or 4 different price points of $20, $50, $80, and $100. That's another 4 different levels, and then each one of those will have probably different levels of what you can add. So getting a little bit complicated, as opposed to just going out and buying a set with 1 or 2 buildings, minifigs, and vehicles, but it really does let you put in what you want in a Lego set, and I think that does have a market. It's just a matter of going to be finding that price that people are willing to pay for this kind of service, and the ability that Lego has to scale this up and make it widespread, because that's going to take significantly more time to get these manufactured and sent out than just a standard set where every single one is the same with the same vehicle, minifig, and building. It's definitely more work than that. So this article is linked in the description. Go read it. Go read the source from Promo Bricks, maybe, or Zusammengebau, the German page that I've mentioned before. The images have been floating around for a couple days, but it wasn't confirmed. And now we know that this is kind of in the trial phase, and we can wait and see where it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on Brick System Brothers.